Social class differences are about so much more than money. They are also about culture. And I think we're seeing some of these cultural differences and the hate towards federal employees right now. I know there are other factors at play, but this piece is within my realm of expertise. I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I'm an industrial organizational psychologist, and I research the unwritten rules of work for people from working class backgrounds. Something to know about working class cultures is the top two values in these cultures are work ethic and humility. There is a pride in working your hands to the bone, literally in some cases, because these people do manual labor. And this is rooted in the Protestant work ethic, which is the belief that work is good from a moral perspective. And this is like the foundation of capitalism in America, this set of beliefs. And it's been used for some harmful things, like believing that you're doing good for enslaved people because you're making them work and that makes them more heavenly. Some real thoughts from back in the day. And it also can be used, though, to cope, where if you know you are never going to be a member of the ruling class, if you are not paid well, if a lot of your life is really tough, then at least you take pride in your work. And I made a previous video about how there's a shift that happens for people who experience social class mobility and move from blue collar to white collar work. And yes, I realize that there are also some very wealthy blue collar workers out there, like executives of blue collars especially. I'm not dismissing that, but a lot of people I work with, shift from working on a farm or, having parents who were welders to being in a corporate or federal job. And this cultural transition is very hard for them. They have the credentials, they can do the task, they do it exceptionally well, but they struggle with the game. And they also struggle with feeling like it's real work because the destroying of your body is much slower when you're sitting at a desk and your posture is going to shit and you have a neck hump than it is from welding. But an interesting pushback I've seen that kind of breaks my heart is the hating on federal employees for benefits. This is a LinkedIn comment that I have. This is not a DM. I'm not calling anybody out here. This is publicly on my LinkedIn. So they were okay with people seeing this. That of all that's going on up here, I note the comment on benefits for government employees are extensive so they get paid well. First, I would say as a millennial who was a government employee a few years ago, it is not the same as it was. My boomer father was shocked at how not great the benefits were. I'm not saying they're bad, but they weren't what they were when he was in the military during Vietnam. But the question I have when I see something like this is fewer benefits something we want to advocate for? Or is a more equal distribution of benefits something we want to talk about? Because my European friends and partner are shocked that Americans don't have guaranteed legal protection on paid time off. And I told them, no, you have no legal rights to leisure in the United States. And that requires a reframing of how we've been wired to take pride in working ourselves to the bone. And I'm still such an advocate for doing something really well, but I also know that you make fewer mistakes and have less safety hazards if you have enough rest and you're more loyal to your employer.